I've never done a video in my kitchen before, but I have a story to tell. As many of you know, yesterday was my 30th wedding anniversary, and since Jim and I had had a big party on Saturday, we really weren't planning on doing anything special. But I expressed my love through cooking, and so I thought I'd make him a chicken pot pie. It's something I don't often make, but I know he really enjoys. And I was literally walking over to the oven to take out the pie, and it made an odd beep sound, and up on the panel it says locked. And yes, I couldn't get the door open. It was locked. And I turned it off. I hit cancel. I shouted to Jim, who cut the power on it, and we couldn't get the door open. And I watched the pie, get black around the edges, and then that blackness just crept in, and I was in a panic. I was so upset that this perfect pie was getting burned, and I'm like, it's burning, and he's like, I know, and I can't get the oven open, I know. But we were finally able to get it open once they cooled down a little bit, and I took the top off, and underneath was fine. And so Jim brought up the toaster oven, and I had some pie crust left over, so I made kind of pieces of pie crust that we could then put on top of the pie. And as we were eating it for dinner, he said, this is really good. And it struck me as kind of how this relationship works. He knows that my cooking is my way of expressing love, and my way of feeling that love, that he's accepted that, is by his praise of my cooking. And I've realized that, a marriage, yes, we're celebrating 30 years, but those 30 years are made up of individual days. Every day we have a choice to choose to acknowledge that love, to choose to appreciate what your partner or your friend or your coworker is bringing to you, to appreciate your life, to find the blessings in your experience in the everyday. And that's what makes, year after year after year work out. In our wedding, and in the wedding that I do, I have a bride that is going to be having a camping wedding here next summer at our property, and I was sending her the service that I normally perform. And in it, there's a blessing, and it says, may your marriage bring you all the exquisite excitements a marriage could bring, but may life also grant you patience, tolerance, and understanding. May you need one another, not so much to fill your emptiness, but to know your fullness. May you support each other. May you look for things to praise and often say, I love you. And it's in that looking for things to praise that, I feel like that's what makes a marriage work. That's what makes any relationship work. And that's even that relationship with yourself in your life. When you find things to praise, when you find things that when you hold that person in the vision of who they really are and celebrate the blessings that they bring you. So I invite you in your life that this week that you can look for things to praise in your life, in your relationships. Blessings.